Hi, everybody, and welcome to First Financial Bank. It's such a beautiful day. I kind of wish we were doing this outside here. This is a lovely place to be here. We're in the lobby of First Financial Bank, just off the South Loop. It is the Ronnie Hearne Show. And before we do anything else today, not even one more thing, I got to ask you, Coach, how are you feeling?
I feel a lot better, Mike. Felt pretty bad last Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but today I feel really good.
All right, very good. Because it was so, we were sitting opposite of where the teams were sitting on the sidelines, and you just looked like you were kind of wished that you were somewhere else, but you wanted to be out where you were. I mean, that had to be an awful feeling.
Right. I felt like that's where I needed to be, and I thought Coach Wilson did a great job during that game. I basically sat there and made some observations, told Coach Wilson a few things, and kind of stayed away from the players as much as I could, didn't want to expose them. And we really came out, and I felt like played one of our best games of the year.
I thought so too. That was, as a matter of fact, with the exception of Brianna Harris getting a double-double, I thought that was just a total blowout.
That was unbelievable there. She had 10 offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
Of course, who was guarding her most of the time. That was Kiera. Of course, Kiera had to go help on some other players, and that allowed her a few offensive rebounds. And I think Kiera played, 24 minutes, 21 minutes.
She double-doubled.
About half the game.
Yeah.
And Aaron Sims, I got a lot of good playing time. Some more experience that she definitely needs. And it was a big surprise to me to be able to, get that good of a lead and extend the lead the second half. And, last night they go to Texas Women's and win 54-50 at Texas Women's. So
wow.
That shows you what they're capable of. And I reminded my players of that a while ago at practice, and none of them knew the score from last night. And I wanted to tell them, you've heard of the internet, haven't you? You can go to the Lone Star Conference website and you can see the scores from last night. But anyway, they did go on the road and win over Texas Women's, a very good team that we barely beat at home. And so I told them, don't even think about the score from last Saturday. It's a new basketball game Saturday night. But we got a lot to talk about in that game. I thought a lot of players did a lot of good things against Commerce.
Absolutely. We are, this is Ronnie Hearne Radio Show, by the way, in case you were unaware of it. We're in the lobby of First Financial Bank, South Loop, here in Stephenville. Pizza is here by way of Papa John's. I'm not sure, there might be some wings is there as well. I don't know. I won't get a look at those because they're usually gone by the time the show is done here. But come on by, have some lunch on us over here. And we're talking about what happened this last week here at Commerce, which was a blowout win. And then Commerce turned around and beat TWU, and now you play Commerce again this Saturday at Wisdom Gym. The one thing I noticed in that win in Commerce, and this probably happens, I guess, in every building, but I just noticed it more there. When the lead became 10 and 15 and then 20, you could just feel the air go out of the building. The crowd was just taken out of it.
That's normally the case, and that's definitely what you want to do on the road. And that's always been a difficult place to play. It's a totally different environment. Looks like an airplane hangar. There's just so much empty space between, behind the goals. Seems like it's a little darker in there most of the time than most gyms we play in. And it's normally a difficult place to play. And we shot nearly 51% from the field. We shot 84% from the free throw line. So we really shot the ball well. And we helped them to 27% from the field, and they were 0% from the behind the three-point line, and they were only 54% from the free throw line.
I made note of that. They didn't even take a three-point shot until 32 minutes into the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize that. Yeah. They were 0 for 4. And, I thought defensively it was definitely one of our better games. Just the fact that girl got 10 offensive rebounds, that kind of sticks in the back of your mind. But other than that, I thought our team defense was a lot better. I thought we did a good job, dropping in on their post players and, just our help defense and our team defense, I thought that was one of our best efforts. And we got out and ran the floor really well, I thought.
That's right. That's right.
And some of the girls, I thought that they had a good game. Morgan Ashmore, she shot 50% from the field and had 5 assists and 4 rebounds and 4 steals. So that's a pretty good night.
And by the way, Morgan's leading the Lone Star Conference in assists now.
Oh, great. I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's leading 3.5.
I have to tell her that.
Yeah.
Brianna Bledsoe, always going to have a good game, even if she don't shoot well. But she shot 50% from the field and 100% from the free throw line. She had 9 points and 3 assists. Of course, Kiara Wright was 8 for 9 from the field, 5 for 7 from the line, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 2 block shots. And that was basically in half a game. And then Cheyenne Berry didn't shoot the ball well, but she had 7 rebounds and 5 assists. And then Raven McGrath, I thought, came in and really played well. Everybody got to play significant minutes. And she scored 4 points and had a couple rebounds and an assist. Kira Sue Johnson, I thought that was probably her best game offensively. She was 5 for 5 from the field, 100% from the free throw line, had 12 points. Megan Odell didn't shoot the ball that well, but had a couple of assists and, had a good game. Lindsay Mann scored. Erin Sims had 6 points and 6 rebounds, and so that was good. And Kimber Koonsman came in and, played significant minutes. So it wasn't a game that we expected. Everybody was going to get to play, considerable minutes, but it ended up that way. And so, it was a good night.
Your girls looked like they were really starting to mesh into the Triangle 4, which they had not, played until Shanae went down. And that looked as fluid, both offensively and defensively for that matter, even though the Triangle 4 has nothing to do with defense. They did look very, very fluid on both ends.
They did, and some of it might have been commerce. Maybe they weren't playing as good a defense as they normally play. I'm not sure, but we get the ball inside to Kiara. She don't have to shoot it every time because she's such a great passer. And our guards do such a good job moving without the ball, back cutting people. Brianna does, and Peyton, Cheyenne, Morgan, Kira Sue's great at back cutting people. So, when you go inside to a great player like Kiara, they have to pay some attention to her. And that opens things up for the guards.
Can other teams get psyched out by people like Kiara or Peyton, etc.?
Definitely. I know. If I was a player and I knew I had to go up against Kiara for the next 40 minutes, definitely there's a psychological advantage.
Well, especially too if you're Peyton Adamson and you're throwing up these 20, 25 foot, 30 foot bombs and you're hitting them,
right.
You must start to think, gee, I have to guard her out at the midcourt line.
Right.
What's going on with that? And of course that opens everything up.
And Peyton normally is so consistent, from game to game, and she's always going to be consistent with her effort. And she's you're getting where she's not only a 3-point shooter, she's doing a good job going off the dribble and making some good decisions as far as passing or shooting. She's got a good mid-range jumper. She's great at drawing fouls. On that mid-range jump shot, she'll put her body into people and draw that foul. And of course, every day when I come in the gym, if I come in 30 minutes early or 45 minutes early and I hear a ball bouncing, I know it's Peyton working on her shot. And we had a short practice today, and they're having a video session right now. And I would imagine after the video session, she'll be in there working on her shot. But yesterday, for some reason, she was a little bit off, but today she couldn't miss a shot.
I believe her dad was working with her for a little while last week on her shot, just because I walked in, ready to set up. I heard thump. I knew she was there, but this time her dad was out with her.
At Commerce?
No, it wasn't at Commerce. It was here.
Okay. Well,
Game before.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. And congratulations too to Kiara Wright, who was the Lone Star Conference Offensive Player of the Week. And I guess if you average 27 points a game, you're going to get that mark most of the time.
Probably, and I guess she had double-figure rebounds both those games, and did a great job defensively. I know seemed like she always had 3 or 4 assists, and that's one thing in the Commerce game. I noticed that's usually a pretty big stat for us. We had 21 assists and they had 6 assists. And so it's good to see those assists. That that means we're finding the open player, and of course it means people are knocking down shots.
It's good to see that in all regards. This is the Ronnie Hearne Show. We're live at First Financial Bank, where Papa John's Pizza is available, along with some wings, etc. And oh yeah, heads or tails, your call from Papa John's. If you want to vote on this, you have the right to make the call for the Super Bowl. You get a free large one-topping Papa John's pizza if you make the right call. Contact Papa John's for the explicit details on that. But come on down and see the Ronnie Hearne Show in progress. We'll be back and continue it right after this. And welcome back to First Financial Bank. It is the Ronnie Hearne Show in progress here. Papa John's Pizza, yeah, it's in the house. We have several people munching down on it. Casey Hogan just showed up. What, City Councilman Casey Hogan? We're running for City Council. Hello? Says go back to what you're doing here, okay? Fine. Oh, goodness. But we're having a good time down here talking everything about Texans basketball. And Ronnie Hearne joins. I gotta tell you, this is the weirdest of weird. We didn't have a game last night, which was different.
Very unusual.
Very, very strange. I don't know why this happened. I had the weirdest dream. Just this morning here, and it must have been just from the lack of not doing a game.
Do we need to hear this?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. But we played some college called Chapman College. You ever heard of that?
I'm sure there's one somewhere.
There must be one somewhere. We lost 117-116.
Wow.
Shanae was playing on crutches. Carly had grown another hand so she could play. It was the weirdest thing I've ever gone through in my life. Cheyenne Berry is running a concession stand. Aaron Sims was taking tickets at the front door. And I don't know what the rest of us were doing in there.
I think you need a break, Mike.
I think I got a break and I didn't need one is what happened. I've never had anything that weird happen to me before. In all the years I've been in radio, I've never done anything like that. So I wish we hadn't had the night off, but we did anyway. But I guess having the night off is okay when you're playing well right now. You can have a few more days to work on things.
Well, I thought we've had some really good practices. We gave them off Monday. We had a pretty long practice yesterday. And of course, we've only got 11 players out there now. And Morgan, she's subbing in and out, give some of them a little break. So with only that many players, you don't have to go quite as long as normal. Most of our little segments, defensive drills and things like that go a lot quicker now with fewer players. And, you just can't go 2 hours, 2.5 hours with 10 or 11 players, I don't think, this time of the season. So we're going a little bit shorter, and then, of course, today was a really short practice. But since we didn't get a game in, we went full court most of the time today. Tried to make it really competitive. Normally, 2 days before a game, I'll split the teams up as even as I can, so it's really competitive. And then the day before game, I'll go first team against second team. So today I went first team against second team because of the fact we were going to do a lot of scrimmaging, and I wanted the first group to play together because they didn't get to do that Tuesday or Wednesday. And the second group was really competitive. I was really pleased with them. Kimber and Aaron and Megan and Raven and Lindsay, I thought really got out there and battled the first team, and which is always good. And then tomorrow, we'll probably have a little bit longer practice tomorrow, and we got to have our walkthrough against Commerce. But we got our video in today, that's good, so we can just concentrate on what's going on out on the court tomorrow. A lot of times when you take a break, go in and watch video and then come out, mentally they've kind of lost it a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I thought practice has gone well so far this week.
Good deal. Are you going to stay at 11 members on the squad, or are you going to maybe look for one more to make it 12?
I hope we go back up to 12. I hope Carly, I hope that bone gets well before the season's over. And, it's going to be touch and go as far as if she's going to get to come back and play a little bit at the end. But we'll just have to see. Dr. Evans, of course, will make that determination in our sports medicine department. But she's keeping up with her cardio. She's riding the exercise bike really hard. And she was upstairs yesterday, and I threw her a basketball, so she was dribbling left-handed while she was riding the bicycle. And then Shanae, she's such a trooper. She's been out there every day hollering for the players. She's been at every game. And we want to remember Shanae in her prayers, because I think she goes to the hospital at 5:45 in the morning, and then the surgery is supposed to take place about 7 o'clock.
Absolutely.
And she said she'd be back at school on Monday.
That's Shanae. She's determined.
It is.
You may not know the answer to this, but I'm going to throw it at you anyway. When we talk about Carly possibly coming back, is that possibly maybe in time for Alan?
Well, I think it could be. I think they said 6 to 8 weeks. So, it happened. I don't know. Saturday, if it'll be 2 weeks or 3 weeks since we played Midwestern. I can't remember. So
about 2 weeks.
And of course, she didn't have the pins put in till about a week later, I think. So, you never know. Yeah, it would definitely give our team a big boost. Not just as far as our playing ability, but our morale. But we've been a team in transition since we lost Shanae and Carly. But I think they're beginning to see, that they can still have a really good team. And I think the 4-out triangle is definitely one thing that's really suited us right now as a team, and we just got to continue to get better defensively, get better on the offensive boards, and it is what it is.
Well, not only this, you think about it in this regard here. When you think about using the triangle 4 now, and of course you've had the triangle 3 before, this can't do anything but make you better for next year.
Definitely. It's going to make us a more versatile team next year. A lot of these players that maybe normally wouldn't got to play near as much, like Aaron Sims, it's going to make a big difference. Megan Odell, since Carly and Shanae went out, they've definitely got more playing time. And, I think Kira Sue, she's getting more playing time. Basically all the guards, plus Aaron, are getting a little more playing time now. So when you're playing more of a guard-oriented offense, it takes more guards to do that, to have a little more depth on the bench at that guard position. And I think they've done a good job so far.
79-51 over Commerce. When you look at that, and I know as a coach you got to try to find stuff to work on, there wasn't that much to work on. What do you find now?
Well, you can find lots of things.
Well, you're a coach, naturally.
Fast break. I thought we did a good job running the floor, but we didn't spread the floor like we should have. A lot of times we made the early pass instead of being a little more patient with the ball. We continually harp on our wing players to get out wide. A lot of them are running down the middle of the floor, and they need to get out wider. And of course, it's either going to be Kara or Aaron in there. That one post player is going to have to run the floor. Shanae did such a great job of doing that, running the floor. So, and they're building their stamina, because during practice, those two girls don't ever come out because we don't have anybody to put in their spot. And so they're working on their stamina every day. And, of course, blocking out. That girl getting those 10 offensive rebounds. Still thinking about that. We definitely got to do a better job blocking out. So there's always things that you can work on.
We'll check the Lone Star Conference standings and what happened last night at Lone Star Conference play. This is the Ronnie Hearne Show, live from First Financial Bank of the South Loop here on the Mighty 93. Papa John's Pizza, Papa John's Wings available to you. Just come on down and get it. The Ronnie Hearne Show will continue after this. And back we are at First Financial Bank on the South Loop in Stephenville. It's the Ronnie Hearne Show. And the head coach of the Texans joining us, as he always does, every week, every Thursday at noon here. And I don't know how long we're doing this. Are we doing this through the playoffs as well, or
all the way through the playoffs? And normally I have a wrap-up show the week after the season's over.
Okay, I wasn't quite sure how that was going to work.
That's the way we've done it in the past.
If we were in San Antonio, how do we do that?
Remote, I guess.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. Well, what happened last night in Lone Star Conference play?
All right. I'll go to Tuesday night first, because Abilene Christian had a home game on Tuesday, and
good idea.
ACU won 69-60 over West Texas. And then on Wednesday night, it was Angelo State 54, Eastern New Mexico 47, and then it was Commerce 54 and Texas women's 50. And then tonight there's a couple games. Incarnate Word's at Midwestern. That's going to be a game that's going to be a very interesting game. Two really, really good teams, very athletic teams. I know the game at Incarnate Word went to overtime, and I think it ended up being Incarnate Word 81, Midwestern 80. So that'd be a good game for the fans up there at Midwestern. And of course it'll be a big men's game too. And then A&M Kingsville goes to Cameron, so that's the two games tonight. And then last Saturday, Kingsville played Incarnate Word, lost 63-47. Of course, it was Tarleton 79, Commerce 51.
Yay!
Eastern went to WT, lost 43-70. Cameron went to Midwestern, lost 49-69. Angelo went to ACU and lost 65-74. So right now ACU's 10-2, Midwestern 9-2, Tarleton 9-2, and back to ACU. They've won 8 in a row. They hadn't lost since we beat them. Midwestern lost 7 in a row. Won 7 in a row. Incarnate Word's 8-3, WT's 7-5, Commerce 5-6. So they are in 6th place right now. Angelo State's 5-7. Texas Women's is 4-8. Cameron's 3-8. Eastern's 2-10. Kingsville's 1-10. Kingsville's lost 13 games in a row now.
Ouch. Not fun down south.
Right.
When you think about ACU and how they've won 8 in a row and you're the last one to beat them, is that almost, I don't want to say it's bad news, but almost like they're saying, well, we finally got our act together, you guys woke us up?
Well, possibly. I certainly felt like that was a game that was going to go down to the last possession, because I've seen ACU on video. I knew what they had back from last year, basically had the same team back from the year before, and I knew they were really going to be good. And you know, I think we beat them by 18. We were up 20-something on them, so that was a big surprise. And so, but it's not a surprise that they've really played well since then, because they got some great shooters. They go in transition really well, and they really got a quality team.
We got some things to give away here, so why don't we give away, I don't know if it's a gift card or a hat or a shirt or whatever. I guess we'll kind of find out here, but Ronnie, who's the winners?
All right, we'll start with the old and go to the new. Jackie Williamson.
I'm not sure if you just created an enemy or not.
Well, you got to have respect for your elders.
Oh, okay.
He's definitely, I'm looking around the room, he's definitely the elder in this room.
And what'd he get? He got the gift card.
All right.
Well, very good. Gift cards are always good.
Maybe it's something he can share with his friends. Okay, and then the next one is Catherine Sparkman, young lady in the sports medicine program. Congratulations.
All right, we'll see what she picks here. And she goes over to the easel, and she got herself a shirt.
All right.
See, they don't know what they're picking here. The signs are turned against them.
Yeah,
so they
I like this.
Yeah, I like that idea. So you pick one of the cards, and that's what you win.
Yeah.
You turn it over, and that's it. That's the way to go.
It's kind of like that game show. I can't think of the name of it. Make a deal, or let's
make a deal.
Let's make a deal. Yeah. I hadn't watched it in about 30 years.
So you've been doing other things in that time.
Well,
sure.
watch Wheel of Fortune then.
Oh yeah, well I played against my 11-year-old, get beat. What about Commerce coming up tonight now? We've got about, I guess about 2 minutes to try to describe what you think is going to happen, what needs to happen.
Okay, number one, I definitely think first we have to get that game out of our head from last Saturday, and make sure we know that they're not going to be a pushover. And so we got to get out there from the very beginning and be ready to play on both ends of the floor. They run a lot of different defenses. They run a 1-2-1-1 press. They run a 2-2-1 press. They run a 2-3 zone. They run full court man. They run a 2-3 trapping half court press. And so they just change defenses a whole lot on you. So we definitely got to be prepared for that. And most of that first game, I thought we did a good job, except for the 2-3 half-court zone press, where they run out and trap us. And, you shouldn't just break a press, you should go score against the press. Mm-hmm. It's kind of our philosophy, and we didn't do a very good job, really attacking it after we got it out of the double team. So we got to do a better job there, recognizing and attacking their changing defenses. And then, you know, our half-court man, it's got to do a good job like we did last time, and we can't let them get hot on us. You know, we did such a good job on them at Midwestern. You kind of feel like they're not going to shoot like that the next time. The next time you play them, they're going to shoot a little bit better. So definitely there. And then offensively, you know, running our triangle offense and getting it to the open player.
And finally, how do you keep them off the glass or give them just one shot per set?
Everybody's got to block out. You know, that equalizes everything when you have 5 players block out. And like I said, some of that girl getting those rebounds was when Kiera had to go help. So, you know, our guards got to do a better job keeping their girl in front of her, and so Kiera didn't have to go help so much.
All right, pregame show time, 4:45 Saturday from Wisdom Gym. Make sure you come out, bring everybody in sight that you can bring with us. We want the place to be live, to be loud, to be a big-time advantage, 6-player advantage.
Definitely, and you know, it's getting closer to the end of the season, and you know, the conference tournament. We know Commerce is really battling for one of those spots in the tournament, and you know, it'll be 2 good games for the fans to come out and see.
That's one good point here. Commerce has to be playing for basketball at this point.
Definitely.
All right, the pregame show once again, 4:45 Saturday here in the Mighty 93. Airtime 5 o'clock from Wisdom Gym. Come on out and see us there. This has been the Ronnie Hearne Show, live from First Financial Bank in Stephenville on the Mighty 93.